All right, I guess we're going live. All right, this 12 noon update is being brought to you by Bosch American Towers. We're towering above the rest. And also by Black Bart. Black Bart Lures, the official sponsor, the official lure of the World Cup. On this hour's broadcast, we're going to talk about Black Bart's 1656 and Mini 1656. The 1656 was named after the 1,656-pound blue marlin caught by Bart Miller back in Hawaii. Also, this same lure is responsible for the South Carolina state record of 881 pounds. This same lure also holds the Bahamian bluefin record caught by the Follow Me, by Frank Rodriguez on the Follow Me during a BBC. Anyway, and also it's a past World Cup winner. And here it is in the mini version, the Mini 1656 angled head. Both sizes. All right, there's a phone ringing, but this is not one of our calls. So we're going to go next. Give a shout out to all my people out there, everybody fishing, all the fishermen. Kyle, how are you, sir? Everybody out in Bermuda, shout out to all of you. Here for the 12 o'clock update, we have Managing Director Mike Leach.
Hello and happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July, everybody. Mike, we've had a really busy day so far in the 4th today.
We have. It's been pretty exciting.
We've got all kinds of fishing reports from all over the place. We had, since the last report, we had the Mystic Blue out in Senegal, released one about 350. We also had the You Never Know in the Gulf of Mexico, release a really short, fat fish on the Tahiti oil rig. Called up, had a lot of weight to it, a lot of girth, but just did not have the length to it. I'm just reaching in there and looking to see if there's any questions coming in. Hi, Miss Patty. I know you're pissed off for me calling you Patty. Also, Bobby Jacobson in Boat Harbor released a small blue marlin in Boat Harbor. Bermuda has had some releases. Some of the ones I have on file is the Tenacious and also the Chase and Tail. Rob Day, one of my neighbors in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, released a small blue marlin. The Andromeda released a small blue about 350, but they've already have one in the boat from earlier today. They are in the Big Blue Challenge along with the Dreamin' On. They have a fish in the boat at 114 inches, and they are also in the Big Blue Challenge. Now, before we go any farther, Mike, how many years did you run the World Cup?
9 years.
9 years, and what was the biggest blue marlin that you had in those 9 years?
It came from Bermuda, and I believe it was 1,190 pounds.
Never mind that phone call. All right. And it was in Bermuda.
Yes.
Okay, sounds good. Any exciting memories you have of the World Cup over the years?
Oh, gosh. Well, last year was great. We only had one fish. It came in early, 6:52, I think it was. Anthony Johnson, who has got a fish in the boat right now in Cape Verde. And, of course, we had a grander in Cape Verde a few years ago on the Happy Hooker. So
some really nice fish. Some really, really nice fish. Well, today we've had lots of releases. We've had 3 boated fish, and the one that you guys have been waiting for, the Blue Macaira out of Madeira, called in this morning. First thing right after I started the live broadcast, they called in the hookup. They fought the fish for 2.5 hours, and they called up with an estimated weight of 600 pounds. They called up while we were on our last broadcast at 9 a.m. Since that last broadcast, they've been able to weigh the fish and give us a call with all the measurements. That fish is 144 inches long by 66 inches in girth. And when they hung this fish, she weighed 983 pounds. 983 pounds is the weight to beat for this year's Blue Marlin World Cup. Now, the Blue Macaira was not in the optional Big Blue Challenge, so that is still wide open. there is no fish weighed in the Big Blue Challenge. There's 2 fish to be weighed in Cape Verde that are in the Big Blue Challenge. We still have Bermuda fishing, the Gulf of Mexico fishing, Bahamas fishing, and we still have a couple hours before Kona starts, and we all know how big the fish can get out of Kona. Also,
They can get big.
they get really big. The angler on the Blue Macaira was Mark Rideout, along with Captain Nuno, and I was explicitly told that it's spelled N-U-N-O, Captain Nuno, and deckhand Antigua Sean. Antigua Sean and myself were docked behind each other for many years in St. Thomas back in the mid-90s. So congratulations, guys. That's a beautiful fish. That's an awesome fish. It's going to be a tough one to beat today, but Bermuda's been known for some granders. The Gulf has been known for some granders. And Hawaii.
Don't count them out.
Don't ever count Hawaii out. Anyway, this is our 12 o'clock update. Let me just make sure there's no quick questions. How many boats are still in the game through the time zones? We still have the majority of boats still fishing there, Louis. Bermuda is only halfway through their day. They still have a bunch of hours left. The Gulf of Mexico still has about 5 hours left. The Bahamas also still has about 4 or 5 hours left. And Kona has 55 boats fishing this year, which I'm not 100% sure, but that could be a record for Kona.
Pretty close.
It's a lot of boats. It's a lot of boats fishing out of Kona. Yet I see somebody wishing Stephanie Choate some luck. Stephanie, I spoke with her this morning. She called me up and yelled at me for not posting anything on Facebook at 4 o'clock a.m. I explained to her that there was only a handful of boats fishing. She told me she's used to fishing out of Hawaii. This Bermuda thing was new to her, but she's excited about going fishing. Dominic Jr., I will trade you a shirt like this for some of your famous meatballs, because I know the Lacombe family is famous for your meatballs. Anybody else? Bomboy Lannis and Kona. Well, we know Bomboy Lannis is beast hunting. When I spoke to Bomboy a couple days ago, he says only one thing. He's going beast hunting on the 4th of July. He doesn't want any small fish. Roger Casillas down in Puerto Rico. How are you? Good to see you popping up here and checking on everybody here. Unfortunately, we don't have anybody in Puerto Rico fishing, but we do have one boat out of St. Thomas fishing. Captain Randy Gendersea. We're going to silence that phone. We could take that call later. Captain Randy Gendersea is going to be fishing off of St. Thomas. He still has about 4 hours to go. Timmy Bosch, there's your logo. Glad to see you smiling today. Jeff, good to see you. Carrie, everybody, thank you so much. Again, we want to thank Bosch American Towers for sponsoring us. Also, Black Bart Lures. On the 3 o'clock update, we will have some more lures. Hopefully, we have a couple more fish weighed in that we can talk about. If not, we'll definitely have some releases to talk about. Feel free to send in any of your questions to me via Facebook or have them ready for the next live broadcast. Again, guys, thank you very much. Michael, thank you very much for being here for the 12 o'clock update.
Stick with us.
And we're going to have some lunch here at World Cup Central, thanks to Captain Jim. And, I have a voicemail from Jason Holt out in Hawaii. We're reaching out to Hawaii here in a couple of minutes. They got a couple hours before they start fishing. So, guys, good luck. Catch them up, tight lines, and we will talk to you later.
Good fishing.